There are nights when football ceases to be a sport and becomes religion, poetry, and collective catharsis. When the final whistle echoed on that historic night, the Parc des Princes didn't just explode with joy. It collapsed in relief. Paris Saint-Germain, by defeating Arsenal in the Champions League final, didn't just win a simple title. They won redemption, peace, and the right to look at Europe and say, with a choked voice from suffering too much to doubt, "We deserved this. We made it." The opponent was symbolic. Arsenal, with their English tradition, tactical elegance, and history built on resilience, represented everything PSG needed to overcome to be recognized as a continental giant. For years, the Parisian club looked into the mirror of European football and saw only insecurities, early eliminations, humiliating scores, the frustration of discovering that money cannot buy what only time grants. But on that night, the mirror shattered. From the shards, a champion was born. The match was trench warfare and emotional chess. Arsenal came with high pressing and lethal transitions, playing with the courage of those who know history doesn't surrender easily. PSG responded with tactical maturity. There was no ego, no individualism. There was patience, game reading, and the courage to suffer without the ball, waiting for the right moment to attack with surgical precision. In the opening minutes, Arsenal surrounded the Parisian build-up, but the team kept its calm. Short passes, strategic retreats, controlled breathing. It wasn't fear, it was intelligence. And it was on that thin line between opposing pressure and defensive exposure that PSG found the gap. A precise long ball, a millimeter-perfect positioning, a dry touch close to the ground. The net bulged. The stadium held its breath and then vibrated. It wasn't just a goal, it was the sigh of someone finally seeing the dream materialize. Arsenal didn't give up. They doubled down on intensity, pressed ferociously, and sought the equalizer with the coldness of those who refuse to accept fate. He, aware of the fragile advantage, dropped deeper, closed spaces, and transformed the defense into a wall. Every tackle was a prayer, every clearance an act of faith. The goalkeeper, a giant between the posts, made crucial saves. The defense read every play. The midfield gave no breathing room. Time, once Arsenal's ally, became Paris's best friend. When the final whistle blew, there was no protocol. There were embraces that squeezed chests, tears that wet the pitch, shouts that tore through the sky. The players fell to their knees in gratitude. The coach cried in recognition. The fans, who never abandoned the ship through the storms, invaded the surroundings not as intruders, but as children who saw the warrior return home. Arsenal left with their heads held high, honoring the contest. Football, on that night, was about competing with dignity and respecting the opponent. At PSG, champions of Europe, defeating Arsenal in the Champions League final, is a dry response to those who reduced the club to a financial showcase. It's proof that identity doesn't depend on budget, but on collective soul. The trophy now shines in the club's corridors not as a full stop, but as a luminous comma. It's the beginning of a new cycle where the pain of defeats became fuel and the almost became memory tattooed on the city's skin, and now, PSG lives the normalcy of greatness. The kind that knows staying on top demands more than getting there. The players who lifted the trophy are men forged in the fire of pressure, healed by victory. Paris no longer begs for validation, it grants it. The past wasn't erased, it was honored. Every tear shed, every training session in the rain, every chant in the stands is engraved in the golden base of the trophy. May the next European nights come. May no one forget the whistle cutting through the air, the metallic weight of the trophy, the embrace that silenced the world for 3 eternal seconds. Because PSG, champions, is not just a sporting victory. It's a lesson in humanity. Destiny cannot be bought. It is conquered, suffered, earned. And when it finally arrives, it brings humility and gratitude. Paris, finally, can feel the breeze of the Seine, hear the chants, and say, with an overflowing heart, "We made it. We deserved it. We are, now and forever, part of history."